Yo, A.G. Stee-Lo, part 2. You've all been granted an all-access pass into my closet, an open invitation into my heart's desire, something that I've been holding in the back of my mind closely. For just a brief second, I want you all to just imagine this scene. I want you to imagine a man and a woman both standing together at the altar exchanging vows to one another. In front of his church, family, and friends, this man pulls out a ring, but before he could say I do and kiss the lips of his new boo, he wakes up. At the annoying sound of his cell phone's alarming at 6:30 in the morning, he's now looking next to an open space in his queen-size bed that's empty. By now, I'm sure most of you are realizing that this man of mystery that I'm referring to is me. You see, most men are looking for that woman that they can say the 3 magic words to. I love you. But I'm searching for that woman that I can say good morning to. To most people, these 2 words hold no significance, but for me to be able to say them to someone special would be one of my greatest accomplishments. And I will hold you all in suspense no longer, and since we're all here, let me just describe her. Although every man in their immaturity would desire to have her and call her sexy, what will make her beautiful to me will have nothing to do with the exterior shape of her body, but her ability to worship God, the highest level of intimacy. She will be my wife, my best friend, lover, and girlfriend. And you might ask yourself, why did he just say girlfriend? Well, you see, a man that don't acknowledge his significant other or his spouse as his girlfriend, like smooth criminals, creep at night to find girlfriends. She will love God greater than she will ever love me. And while dating, you will not find me underneath her sheets, because my wife-to-be, the one who I'm leaving my mother's house to cleave unto, whom which I'm still aggressively seeking after, has standards. Newsflash, I'm only getting married once. And I discovered the secret why 50% of all marriages end in divorce is because we settle for 50%. In our impatience, we accept 50% of an uncompleted project, unwilling to keep our hormones in check, so we walking around looking for a better half, hoping somebody else will be the Maybelline or the CoverGirl to make up for the remaining 50% of what we lack. Let's call you discount double check. Treating society like Walmart. Making a deal with your flesh, then treating the opposite sex like it's some object you can easily grab off the shelf, not realizing what you were compromising was your self-respect. You just spent 50% less. Missing out on 100% of what you could have actually had. See, what you just purchased off that rack wasn't a husband or a wife. It was a clearance price. I'll say that again. What you just purchased off that rack wasn't a husband or a wife. It was a clearance price. But if for another woman, I'm going to sacrifice my life. I'm going to empty out my entire life savings because I'm paying full price. You see, lust-filled feelings and acting on being horny will only make a woman that had the potential of being your wife just last night's fling, because a real woman will wait on that ring. And I won't deceive myself by lying to myself, trying to convince myself that I get intimate access with this woman just because of an engagement ring, because that's just half the process. In the history of the NFL, no running back has ever scored a touchdown at the 50-yard line. Oh, sure, I could kick a field goal from here and score 3 points, but I'm running all the way into the end zone to score 7, the number of perfection, because she will perfect and complete me. God will be the quarterback, and she will be the perfect catch. Just call me the receiver, and like the godly gentleman I am, I will wait until the night of our wedding to rightfully receive her. Her voice is powerful, yet it's beautiful. As the birds chirping early in the morning, see, this is the alarm clock that awakens my soul. I can only imagine what they will be like. At that moment when I see her, God will give me the eyes of an oracle, and I will know I'm looking at my future. And despite my imperfections and failures, God still saw fit to give me her. One of heaven's most precious gifts. An answered prayer resembling a promise from God. But I have yet to find this woman that I just described. So I will wait. And I will build myself into the man that God needs me to be for her. A man of God. paying off debt, increasing my credit score and building my career, making blueprints for the house that I want to build for her with my own two hands from the ground up, raising our children into grown-ups, and she will be the freshness of every breath that I take. And on the morning after our wedding, I will roll over in my bed, gaze into the eyes of my future and simply say, good morning.